Livonia Police Department was asked to resend the warrant request for review. Our digital case management system enabled our staff to link the newly submitted warrants to those already under review for this defendant. We can do that in all cases now. I want to emphasize very strongly that the Livonia Police Department bears no responsibility whatever for this delay. In this case, Wilfredo Figueroa-Berrios has been charged by us with criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree and criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree, 1 count each. He's expected to be arraigned on January 22nd, 2026, tomorrow, at 2:30 p.m. before Judge Roger Spencer in the 16th District Court. Now, this is the information that we have and we've been given, but you might want to double check that. Tomorrow, the arraignment will be 2:30 in the 16th District Court. The second new case that we are charging him with today, on December 18th, 2024, at approximately 8 p.m. at Sinai Grace Hospital in the 6,000 block of West Outer Drive in Detroit, is alleged the defendant was employed as a nurse when he sexually assaulted the then 22-year-old victim who was from Detroit when she was admitted as a patient. More complete facts and evidence will be placed on the record in court at the preliminary examination. In that case, Wilfredo Figueroa-Berrios has been charged with 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree and 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. We have not been told what day the arraignment will be. It will be certainly at 36th District Court, time and place to be determined. Our 3rd new case on July the 1st, 2025, at approximately 3:10 p.m. at Sinai Grace Hospital in the 6,000 block of West Outer Drive in Detroit. It's alleged that this defendant was employed as a nurse when he sexually assaulted a then 35-year-old victim of Detroit again when she was admitted as a patient. As always, more complete facts and evidence will be released and placed on the record at the preliminary examination. In this case, Wilfredo Figueroa-Berrios has been charged with 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree and 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. Again, we do not have the arraignment information from the 36th District Court at this time. Our 4th new case that we are charging this defendant with on July the 28th, 2025, at approximately 1 p.m., again at Sinai Grace Hospital in the 6,000 block of West Outer Drive in Detroit. We are alleging that he was employed as a nurse when he sexually assaulted a then 24-year-old victim of Detroit when she was admitted as a patient. Again, more complete facts and evidence will be placed on the record in court at the preliminary examination. We don't tend to release the facts, the alleged facts in sexual assault cases. In this case, Wilfredo Figueroa-Berrios has been charged with 2 counts of sexual conduct, misrepresentation of medical treatment. 1 count has to do with penetration, we are alleging, and the 2nd count has to do with sexual touching and or contact. Additionally, we have charged him with a 3rd count in that case, criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. Again, we don't know the arraignment date yet. And our last new case that we are charging Mr. Figueroa-Berrios with occurred on August the 24th, 2025, at approximately 5:30 p.m., actually between 5:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., again at Sinai Grace Hospital in the 6,000 block of West Outer Drive. It's alleged that this defendant, while employed as a nurse, sexually assaulted a then 26-year-old victim of Detroit when she was admitted as a patient. In that case, or in this case, Wilfredo Figueroa-Berrios has been charged with, again, 2 counts of sexual conduct, misrepresentation of medical treatment, 1 alleging penetration and the other alleging sexual touching and or contact, and a 3rd count of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. In each of these 5 new cases, these charges are allegations, and this defendant is presumed to be innocent unless or until proven guilty. Once we received these warrant requests on various dates, we had to go through our process, and many times additional and necessary information had to be requested. This defendant has been in custody since October 3rd of 2025. He has not been able to post his bond. Since this defendant had already been charged in 3 other cases, which I will detail for you in a minute, and remained in jail, he has not been remanded. We will be asking for him to be remanded after these charges go into effect. He remained in the jail since October 3rd, 2025. We were certain that he could not harm anyone else as we continue to look at these new cases. The previous charges are as follows. The first previous charge was a 41-year-old woman of Sterling Heights. This allegedly happened on May the 9th, 2025. It's alleged similarly that that outside of 47 East Adams Street in Detroit, the defendant sexually assaulted the victim after forcing his way into a porta-john with her. The defendant and the female knew each other, although they were not in a relationship in any way. In that case, we charged previously 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree and 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. The second case that we've already charged happened on August the 12th of 2025. The victim was a 31-year-old woman from Detroit. It's alleged that at Santa Cruz Hospital, 6000 block of West Honor Drive, he was employed as a nurse when he sexually assaulted her when she was admitted as a patient. In that case, we charged 1 count of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree. In our last case in bringing the total charges for him to 8 cases, our last case that we previously charged was a 37-year-old woman who was our survivor/victim of Detroit. This occurred on August the 19th of 2025. Similarly happened, we are alleging, at Sinai Grace Hospital, where the defendant was employed as a nurse, and he sexually assaulted, we are alleging, the victim while she was admitted as a patient. In that case, we charged 3 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree and 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. If you or anyone listening to my voice today has been sexually assaulted by this defendant, please report this to the police in the jurisdiction where your assault occurred. And/or you can contact Avalon Healing Center for supportive services at 313-964-9701. Again, that's Avalon Healing Center for any support that you may need at 313-964-9701 for assistance. And I'll take any questions you have at this time.
What's the difference between the sexual conduct charge and CSC cases?
Between criminal sexual conduct 3rd degree and 4th degree?
No, regular CSC and then the sexual conduct misrepresentation of medical treatment.
The sexual conduct misrepresentation is a brand new statute that occurred that went into effect in 2023. And that basically means, like I said, in 2 cases, we charged 1 count of penetration and 1 count of sexual touching and or contact. The difference is one is a 25-year felony, one is a 20-year felony, and penetration also obviously is required in the 25-year felony where there's sexual penetration. A key element is misrepresentation that the penetration was medically necessary. In the 20-year felony, sexual contact or touching, sexual touching or contact is required to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And again, a key element is misrepresentation that the sexual conduct was medically necessary. So a new statute, we haven't charged, I don't know if this is the first one, we haven't charged many cases under this statute that just took effect in 2023.
Did that come about as part of the Larry Nassar legislation?
I don't know that.
And do you have more pending cases that have warrant requests still?
Right now, the ones that we're presenting today are the ones that we have fully investigated and we are charging, that the police have fully investigated, we are charging. But again, I'm putting out that call to anyone who may have been sexually assaulted by this defendant. I would not be surprised if we were contacted, there were more cases, but so far these are what we have.
Okay, so no more pending warrant.
No more pending warrant requests at this time.
Kim, in press conferences with attorneys bringing civil cases, they've been critical of the hospital for what they allege is a lack of proper review or acknowledgement of complaints. I'm not expecting you necessarily to comment on those claims directly, but in your investigation or what you've seen, how was he allowed to perpetuate this? Do you have any concerns with the fact that maybe complaints were brought forward that weren't appropriately dealt with?
We always have concerns, but I'm certainly not going to wade down that road. Again, there's a civil case for a criminal, and I'm certainly not going to comment, at least publicly, about how I feel about that at all.
Could there be criminal negligence charges against the hospital for not?
Again, I'm not going to comment.
Okay.
And there were 2 employees at COPE who had warrant requests from Livonia PD for not complying with their mandatory reporting duties. What's the status of those?
Again, I'm not going to comment about that. If you're talking about 2 cases that were brought to us by the Livonia Police Department,
Yes.
one case was the one I spoke about today, and another case was reviewed initially, I believe, in 2022, I believe, and was not charged for insufficient evidence. Once these new charges came to light, We re-reviewed that case to make sure that we were certain in our position at that time, and we re-reviewed it, and we came to the same conclusion that there was insufficient evidence to charge that second case out of Livonia.
But what about the warrant request for the employees?
I don't think we have a warrant request. Do we?
We did, we're reviewing it.
Okay, that's still under review, I'm told. Okay.
Are you able to say how long sitting here today he may have been committing crimes like this?
I do not know. I do not know. I have thoughts, but I don't know for a fact.
But 2022 is a fair estimation to talk, I mean, granted, you talked about you couldn't charge on that, but
Again, well, there's one case that we charged, they happened in 2021. But again, I'm not gonna comment on anything that we don't have ready to announce at this particular point in time.
With these new charges, did you have to do a lot of investigating, or did you have victims come forward?
We had to do all of that. There was a lot to be done that we did. And unlike, let me just say, in this office, we don't charge cases unless we are certain that we can prove them beyond reasonable doubt. We don't charge it hoping things are gonna change. We don't charge it hoping someone's gonna plead guilty. We don't charge it and the investigation is not complete. We wait till the investigation is complete. I think that's the only responsible way to do things, and then we announce our charges.
the way you opened today, are you able to elaborate on the fact that in your years, have you ever seen somebody in a position of care for patients and people commit such alleged acts, appreciating it has to adjudicate here, but just what we're talking about?
I've been at this for a very long time, so of course I've seen some situations like that. Unfortunately. All right, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll be sent a press release electronically. If for some reason I don't have your